Well, to start any class on dinosaurs, you need to begin with a definition. And the most general definition is that you're looking at creatures that are both reptile-like and also bird-like. And another important point is that they had an upright posture and they spent most or perhaps all of their life on land. And so, in a general sense, you could say that the ancestors of dinosaurs were reptiles. And we're going to learn that birds are certainly descended from dinosaurs, so we're looking at a transitional group. But let's go back and look at and about the whole idea of upright posture. Upright posture simply means sort of when the limbs are extended from either the shoulder or the pelvic girdles, the organism is in an upright posture. And there's four different types, all expressed by dinosaurs in different groups at different times. We've got bipedal, and that's like us. We walk on our two hind limbs. And so you see there at the bottom right a big, terrific carnivorous dinosaur moving around as a fully bipedal organism. We have other dinosaurs that are quadrupedal, and these walk upright on all four limbs. For today, that'd be something like a horse, where all four of the limbs are what we call graviportal. They extend downward from the shoulders and pelvis to the ground. And there you see on the left side a large sauropod, which is our typical quadrupedal organism. We also have two facultative groups, and facultative groups are those that are part-time in one or the other posture. So we have facultative bipeds, and these things can walk part-time on just their hind limbs. And you see there on the right side that Stegosaurus, and we typically show these things as walking on all fours, but we have track data and then just looking at limb length. We'll talk about that later. We're pretty certain that this organism also was part of the time at least walking on those hind legs. And then lastly, we have facultative quadrupeds, and these are organisms like that duck-billed dinosaur at the very top that clearly have long hind limbs, so they were mostly walking as bipedal organisms, but the track data, the remnants of footprints in the sediments that we see from these organisms is that periodically they would drop down and walk or move on all fours. Okay, the upright posture is pretty important, and that actually helps us talk about things that are not dinosaurs. So over the next few minutes, I'll quickly go over a few things that people have typically mistaken for dinosaurs. Some of you might still think this is so, but all of them are lacking a very special thing, a set of bones in the ankles. It's called the AM ankle, or advanced mesotarsal ankle. And it's a way in which organisms, the dinosaurs, strengthen those ankles in order for them to grow big and be bipedal or quadrupedal in these upright postures. Simply put, if an organism, a fossil, does not have the same type ankle, it's not a dinosaur, no matter what grouping you think about it. The first, right off the bat, are any of these large ocean reptiles that you see in movies and TV and things like that. The picture there is a big pliosaur. It certainly lived at the same time as dinosaurs, was a huge ferocious beast, and there's lots of these different ocean reptiles, but they don't have the AM ankle, and so they are not dinosaurs. Likewise, flying reptiles. So the time of the dinosaurs was also the time of thousands of large reptiles also moving around in the air. You know, most of them as pterosaurs, but they don't have that advanced mesotarsal ankle, and so they are also not dinosaurs. Now, these things are related to dinosaurs, but they're not the dinosaurs proper. Now, here's a group, a specific taxon, that didn't even live at the time of the dinosaurs. It lived many tens of millions of years before dinosaurs, and this is Dimetrodon. So a large reptile, a couple meters long, with a very prominent sail on its back. And this thing is actually an ancestor to all mammals. And as such, it is more closely related to you and I as mammals than it is to any of the dinosaurs. But this has always been put in all the little toy collections as dinosaurs. I got these as a kid, and I recently bought, sets of dinosaurs for my son, and yeah, there they are. But it's not a dinosaur. There are also a bunch of confusing groups that have the word or the root word saurus in their name. And so the two examples that you see here on the top, you've got Lystrosaurus and below Mesosaurus. They are certainly reptiles because that's what the root word reptile saurus means. But these things also lived well before the time of the dinosaurs. They don't have the advanced mesotarsal ankle, and so they're also not dinosaurs. And then finally, in our survey of things that aren't dinosaurs, crocodiles. A lot of times you'll hear people say, ooh, crocodiles, alligators, these are living dinosaurs. Only in the sense that a dinosaur is just something that's archaic and not around anymore. They are not closely related to dinosaurs. They lived the same time. There certainly were giant crocodiles that would have terrorized most dinosaurs, but they do not have the advanced mesotarsal ankle, and so they're also not a dinosaur. Notice, here's a big ferocious crocodile, but it is not in the upright posture. It doesn't have the ankle types to support that upright posture. And so it's not a dinosaur. So these things are, animals that I wanted to get out of the way quickly. They're not a dinosaur. It's very important to define dinosaurs by their ankle type. We'll touch upon these a couple times throughout the course, but really we're dismissing them now.